Hi guys, rubber band power time again. Going to make a car out of paper. I made one, in fact I made a couple I think, on my main channel a few years back. Made tubes like this just by wrapping them around something, so we've got hollow tubes. This one I've just put some glue on it to seal it down. That one I actually put sticky tape on it, so you've got two options. Wrap it up and put sticky tape around it, or wrap it up and put glue on it. When I did it before, I also made the wheels by cutting the paper up into thin strips and wrapping each thin strip round into a little tube, and then putting all the little tubes round in a circle and glued them together, so I actually made up the wheels from paper. So we had the chassis from paper, the wheels from paper, I made the axles from paper, so it's completely paper, that car. But when I was looking at my video, I also noticed somebody else had done one where they'd sort of gone halfway. They'd used CDs for wheels, and that would probably run a lot better. My original one was done at a request of somebody who wanted it entirely out of paper. So I'll put a link to that in my video description. I'll also put a link to the one where the guy's done it with a CD or CDs for wheels. And I thought I'd have a go at that this time. So I've got a couple of tubes there I've already wrapped up. They'll do for the side members. We need some cross members, so I'll just demonstrate what I did, which is, actually I didn't do it that way, did I? I did it the long way. Let's do it long way instead. Yeah, that's plans of somebody's house. But it's scrap paper now. I'm going to get it done on pretty tight. Let's get it started, it's all right. So you can either tape that now, wrap some tape around it, or what I've been doing is a bit of glue. I suppose you could try using super glue, but you're bound to stick your fingers together if you do that. So just put a bit of that on there. You don't want to get it too thick. I've got that too thick. It sort of squeezes out and goes everywhere you don't want it if you put it on too thick. So this will be a good demonstration of that, I think. Because as you roll it round, it squeezes itself out. Yeah, it's started to come out there. And I'll leave that to dry, and then I'll tidy up the edge. Right, I won't bore you by doing the whole build like that, but I'll make up some paper tubes like that, and then we'll glue them together, and we'll use CDs for wheels. That's a thought, we could do that. For the holes in the middle, you want to make up your tubes a bit thicker. What have we got? Pen. So if we wrap it around the pen, that's actually not quite big enough. We want it to be a tight fit. If we let it go loose, there we go, that's the right sort of fit. So if you put some glue on there to hold the wheels in place, that should work. And then we'll have a tube like that, push the pen out so that that'll spin on there. Does that make sense? You'll see what I mean when I've finished. Well, I did say I wasn't going to wrap it all up in front of the camera, but I will just show you how I've done this. That was the pen just dropped out of the tube there, but that looked like that might work. I've actually cut the paper a bit narrower. It's about 2/3 the width of the A4 sheet. And I've wrapped it up tightly. But I haven't glued it or taped it. I've then got my CDs, put them in place, and then released the paper, and it springs out and fills the centre hole quite nicely. So we can tip the pen out again, we don't need that. What you do want to do though is try and get the wheels pretty well aligned, and then you could either put some hot glue on it, or I shall just try some super glue. I think hot glue would probably be better. But I'll leave that to dry. And I think that'll do the job. So we've got the tube that I made there. That'll go inside there. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. But as you can see, I haven't got those wheels very straight. So you want to try and get them as straight as possible before the glue dries. Well, good morning guys. You can probably tell it's now daytime, bright sunlight out there at the moment, washing machine on in the background. These have come up rather nicely. So what we need to do now is join some of these together. Now, before I went to bed last night, I toyed with the idea of rolling some paper up into a very fine or narrow tube, like that, and then using that to join them together like that. So we've got our chassis and cross piece. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll up a few like that, then glue them in place so we've got them all joined together. In fact, what I think at one end, I'll glue them in the cross piece, but not that way, so that I can adjust the steering a bit if I need to. Just try and get it to run straight. And then those will go across there, and we'll need another cross piece there to attach the rubber band to. Well, it's up together. I've glued those bits in place at this end, the thin tubes that I've put inside for the right angles. So they're glued at that end. They're not glued at this end, so we can still adjust the steering. And then that cross member I've just taped in place, a bit of sticky tape around it. So it's all a bit flexible. But we'll give it a try, see if we can get it to run. Right, looks like 3 rubber bands should be enough. These are Poundland rubber bands. So around there to hold it in place. Then wrap it round the back so it wraps over itself, and that should do the job. We'll probably have trouble with wheel spin because this is going to be very light, and that's quite a wide diameter on that axle, so the gearing is very low, so lots of torque. Yeah, lots of wheel spin there. So we're either going to have to add weight or reduce the power of the bands. So first of all, I'm going to try reducing the power. I'm going to cut them all in half so we've got a single length instead of a loop. We've now just got a single strand of rubber. I've cut the band in half so we've got less power. We've still got wheel spin, so we're going to have to add some weight. Right, a couple of dead 9-volt batteries taped on the back there to give us some weight, and see if that works. Camera ready. Not bad. We can probably wind it up a little bit further, see if we can get a bit more distance. Right, I can see we've got a problem here. The back axle, or the tube that I've used, is collapsing under the tension of the rubber band. So we're going to have to stiffen that up. Because at the moment, the reason it's not moving is the axle's actually gripping on the inner tube. Because it's all collapsing. So, we're going to have to do some more work on it. Now, the easiest way to stiffen that up would be to wrap some more paper around it. So that's what I'll do. You can see it's all wrinkled there. Oh, light's a bit funny, hang on. Where's that all the way up there? Right, now we can see. Somehow or other I adjusted the lighting. Right, that's not good. That's gone and wrinkled, collapsed inside, so it's actually rubbing on the inner bearing, inner tube. Right, we've got another layer in the middle there to stiffen it up. So we'll find out if that works. Right, I've tried to spread the load as far as possible so it shouldn't crush the tube, and I'm shouting against the washing machine, which is on over there. I'm afraid we can't do anything about that. So, let's see if it works this time. Yeah, went a little bit left, so that means I need to adjust that a little bit, try and get it to turn right, but it worked. Would you believe it? The washing machine's gone quiet now after having to shout over it. Sunlight's a problem, isn't it? Well, that worked.